Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me. Hey family, so we're back with another pick a card reading. We're gonna see what makes you attractive, your seductive energy. And this is just a reputation check, has emphasis on love because that's why we're using the I'm a Vibe pumpkin thumbnail. So I'll just hold the thumbnail up because it's just various options of pumpkin spiced lattes. They're all hot, so those of you that like to choose with numbers, you can do it that way, or you can just pick which one feels like your vibe, either energetically or by the picture. All right, so I'll give you a moment to resonate on your selection. Piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, we're gonna see what makes you attractive and your seductive energy. So let's just get an overview for this pumpkin spice latte. Alrighty. This one's really neat, right? Like, it's really put together. It's in a glass, like it's in glass mug, but it's very, like, it looks like somebody really took their time with the whipped cream and sprinkling the cinnamon on top. So it feels like a very particular person. People may see you that way. People may see you as very well put together, right? Like, you feel like you have the energy of just being really well put together, very neat, very clean, very tidy, even the way you dress. And that's no offense to people that are a little more abstract or less put together, because that can be attractive as well. But something about how neat and clean and precise everything is with the way you look, it works for you, your features, your body type, things like that. Okay, in a very unusual way, right? Like, something about settings you're often in, it, like, you get people excited. So I don't know if you just stand out. I don't know if you have striking features, if you just look different from the people you're mostly around. But with emotions running high, it just feels like someone where, I want to use the word stimulated, but I don't want to see that it's as intense as stimulated, but it just feels like a person where people are excited and eager to kind of talk to you. I'll say it like that, okay? So let me put this here. And then expect powerful change. Okay, so I don't know why, but this group, despite you being so neat, so put together, you have an aura people would define as like a catalyst, like, as it's like the eye of a storm, the calm before the storm. It's like, yes, pile 1 looks very neat, clean, put together. Yes, they carry themselves a certain way, they may speak a certain way, but it's like we can tell there's a side where there's more that meets the eye. We can tell that this person is a catalyst. This person's not afraid to make change. This person's not necessarily afraid to be messy. They simply aren't. And that could be personality or appearance. It's like, yeah, this person, we've never seen them dirty physically before, but I can tell that if they had to get in the mud, they would, right? That's the energy of what people see in you. And that duality is really attractive to people. Okay, let's see more about my pile number 1. My first pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, I mentioned that something about your energy. It could be like your features. It could just be your personality. But like, something about you in general feels very different from the people and the environments, places, spaces you're often in. So like, the people that this question is kind of geared from the perspective of, you may be a little bit of an outsider to those people, because I got that wave already. And now with this fence, it's like on the outside looking in. And again, there's this huge theme of duality, right? Very clean and put together, but can get very dirty. Very different from everyone else here, but everyone else kind of feeling like outsiders to you, right? I mentioned more than meets the eye, and it's like people consistently feel like an outsider with you because there's only so much that you give. They like that you're not an open book in that way, right? They like that you're very well put together in that way. You're probably very difficult to read in general, right? Now, when you are in a very emotional state, it's loud, but that's seldom. Like most of the people landing on a table wouldn't have experienced this energy in you. They just kind of can feel energetically that it exists. But there's this huge theme of this outside looking in, almost untouchable aura that you have. So tell me more. It's like a mysterious allure. That's what it feels like. Tell me more about the seductive energy. We got participation. Okay. Yeah. You seldom let people get close to you. You might have 4 or 5 people that you're actually close with, like in total in your life, because the outsider participation feels like someone that's only allows so many people to participate in their life, only allows so many people to experience their full range of emotions. So just adding more to that layer of what people are finding attractive about you. We have a certain awareness here, which in the major arcana is ruled by the sign of Cancer, which more emotions and depth, right? When we talk about that lunar energy. Now, this is a Chariot. The Chariot gets things done, right? The Chariot gets things done. And honestly, being an outsider doesn't stop you from participating in things, doesn't take away your awareness of certain environments and places and spaces. So if let's say if we're talking a cultural outsider, you're still going to participate, and you're still going to have a certain awareness and a nuance in the way that you participate and carry yourself in environments where you are an outsider. Right? That's kind of very specific message for some of you, but people like that a lot about you where it applies. And it probably is just, it comes from maturity. It doesn't have to be an age thing, simply experience, right? But Ace of Pentacles is always looking for a new beginning, always seeing an opportunity, having the maturity and wisdom to know that, yes, there's a lock on the gate, but you can still find a way to participate. You can still find the awareness of where that key is. That seems to be the way you approach things, or that's kind of the takeaways from people that talk to you. Like that's how they leave a conversation with you feeling. Okay. All right. Let me get more. Let me straighten us up. No, actually, it's not us that's crooked. It's the cards. See, there's this energy of things being corrected. Like you may seem off center. Like people are probably like, nah, pile 1 is an outsider. They're off center. They're a little bit different, unique. Their perspective is off. And then they realize, no, it's not pile 1. It's us. You know what I mean? Like having that outside perspective lets us see where we are crooked. Like it's not, we need to straighten up, right? So we've got that fire, which is someone that's not afraid to share and express their creativity and their awareness and all the things, even if it's unique, even if it's different, right? This card talks about confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. And those are all qualities that people would describe in you, that people really are often, I'll use the word, inspired by. Okay. So what's at the bottom? Venus, especially if you have Venus in a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this is definitely you, because it's a very loud expression. People with those placements tend to love very outside, outlandish. They're very expressive, very showboaty in a way. Like it's very action oriented, like a flame, right? So when you like people, they can tell. When you don't like people, they can tell. Okay? People like that. They know what they're getting with you. Okay, you show what you want everyone to see, but that doesn't mean that you're phony. Okay, I know we're looking for seductive energy, but that's that mysterious allure, right? Your lack of need, like you don't have to attach to energy, people, and places. Like you're quick to rebound, whether we're talking about romantically, friends, like any type of relationship. Like if it doesn't last long, you will move on quick. You're not really that worried about it. You're not really that fazed by it. Okay, let me keep pulling cards. Okay, let's see. Okay, all of this. I mentioned, now I know I do everything. It's kind of like a shadow overextending energy, but combined with gifts, just to double on what I said about the way people with like fiery Venus placements being very action oriented when it comes to like expression of love, people find that attractive about you. Like you love very openly, you love very hard, despite your ability to just move on if you need to, right? In any type of connections. You look good. Everything about your energy is like a gift. You feel like the type of person that has everything handled. I mentioned always being put together, even when you shouldn't be, right? If you post pictures on social media, anything you do on social media, the way you look, whatever you share, people love it. They can't stop consuming whatever the content is, especially where they can see you, okay? Okay. Okay. So when it comes to love specifically and how my pile one looks, because I'm telling you, the body, whatever your shape, whatever your build, people find you very, very physically attractive. So much so that they would stare at pictures of you, video of you for hours, okay? We've got accountability, which that's that put together energy. That's that can handle anything energy. Like your accountability, whatever that energy is that would put you in that state, people find it attractive. People love your laugh. They love that you're funny. And that's that excitement that stepped in at the very beginning. You give people butterflies. You may be the type that tells jokes and like people blush, right? Or like if you compliment someone, even in just a playful way, and you get gold, they blush. Like you give people, you are the pile people come here and get readings on. Like you are the ultimate crush. Like everybody's got a crush on you, even if it's like a platonic crush. Like everybody wants to be around pile one. Right? Like you're the one that everyone feels like you have a past, you're that past life soulmate, whether platonically, like soul tribe, or a legitimate soulmate in romance, right? And what I like is with maturity, past life feels like an old soul. So people would describe you as that. Part of that put together energy could just be that energy you carry, the way you carry yourself like an older person would, even if you're not. Right? It could be the way you dress. It could be style, but it could just be the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you just maneuver this plane. It's like, oh, this person's been here before. Like the older people say, that's how people would describe you. All right. But physically, your seductive energy is that of like the temptress, the seductress, even gender neutral terms of that. Like you're the flirt. Like you make people laugh, you make them giggle, they got butterflies in their stomach, you look so good, and at the same time you seem wise beyond your years. And you don't, and because you're like that, you carry yourself like older people, and you just move a certain way where all of your business isn't just easily accessible to other people. I like it. Good for you. So, all positive things. No one's got anything bad to say about pile one. What advice do I have for you? You know, I think I had a reference to that earlier, but that's okay. We have healing energy here. So where you need to heal, if you're very distrustful of people, because that could be having your guard up. If we're talking shadow, if you always make yourself an outsider, it's okay to participate. It's okay to heal. Yeah. Exactly. We got concealment, which is that mask that we wear. This card talks about removing that mask and allowing people to see all of your plethora of emotions. Not saying they need to see the most extreme sides of you, but you can laugh a little more. You can be a little more playful, right? You can share a little more about yourself. You can show when you're happy. You can show when you're sad, right? Like I said, it doesn't have to be extreme, but you don't have to have that mask, that put together super neat energy all the time. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 2. All right. Pile 2. Let's see what makes you attractive, your seductive energy, and just a general feel for your reputation with other people. I caught myself off guard because I'm holding this the opposite way I thought it was. So hilariously enough, this is going to be the pile where you're a little more of an open book, right? People like that they know exactly what they're getting from you as a result. Feels like the type of people that struggle with hiding their emotions. Especially when we talk about facial features, like your face kind of tells it all, right? Even when you don't want it to, even when you don't intend for your face to tell everything that you're thinking, it still does. We've got a time for healing. Okay. And we've got show the world the real you. So you probably, this feels okay. So you might look good in purple. Good for you. People think you look good in the color purple. What I've got here. So full moon Aquarius, it's summertime energy, right? And it's a really lively social energy, right? This is the full moon that happens around Leo season, right? Because polarity. So there's this weird, interesting energy that I'm cutting through and trying to like verbalize, and I'm struggling with it, is that you're very lively, personable, social, and people almost feel like you shouldn't be. That's what it is. It's like people almost feel like you shouldn't be. Like, you're still going to be your authentic self. You're still going to wear your heart on your sleeve, despite that kind of backfiring on you historically. Like, because a time for healing feels like healing and then showing the world the real you, despite not getting the outcome you've wanted, right? Like, it's like every time you show the world the real you, or not every time, but like historically in certain specific situations when you've shown who you are and you've worn your heart on your sleeve, it's not worked out for you, but you take the space to heal and you try again, right? You put yourself out there. You don't let it stop you from chasing your dreams, right? Seeking love, seeking community, all of those things. That's that energy. It's very thick. So people admire that about you for sure. So tell me more. The seductive energy for this pile is one of the hopeless romantic, right? Always wanting to see the best in the world and the best in people, regardless of, again, where you probably shouldn't based on historical circumstances. Being negative, being low vibrational, being draining is just, you don't see the point of that. With the laziness card, the 9 of Cups talks about feeling good, right? It's the wish fulfillment card. So it always talks about where we're hopeful, we're optimistic, right? We find where our wishes have come true, even in the places where they haven't been as nurtured, right? I've got the outsider here. Okay, interesting. And I've got the dream. And receptivity. You're super easygoing. That makes sense, right? Like, the vibe of this person, like if this is not you, then that's how you come across to certain people, the people around you now, or this isn't your pile. Because everything about this pile is very chill, very relaxed, very easygoing. Like, it's like somebody laid back with shades on. Like, it's a vibe, and we don't have time to kill it, right? So, like, where things get too hard or where things get too negative, you just like disengage, you detach, you're not really that worried about it because you're always hopeful for the future. You're always you're always chasing a dream. You're always seeing the world through rose-colored glasses, right? That's kind of you. Okay. Let me see more. Like I said, this is your allure is that you're a hopeless romantic. Literally like the dream card. Okay. Very youthful. Fantasy theme here. When I say fantasy, I don't necessarily mean not real. I just mean rose-colored glasses, right? We've got the house 6 of establishing a foundation, health, daily life, practical details. Day to day, you want life to be a dream. You want it to be a vibe. Like that's that romanticizing of the life. That's you. That's your energy. And even if you don't intend to be that way, that's just your natural expression, right? You're probably very creative, very expressive, very energetic, always wanting to have fun, always wanting to feel good, always wanting to eat good, things like that. Always want a nice drink, even if it's not an adult drink, just liking different juices and like sodas, things like that. That's what it's got. Like, people like how every detail of life seems to be a huge experience for you, right? Like, you remind people like to stop and smell the roses, literally. Okay, we've got that cardinal energy, which makes sense, right? Cardinal energy is that initiating energy. It's the spark. It gets things going. So it does say instigation, bravery, and a pioneering spirit. And again, you remind people of that. You're very receptive. Okay, you're very nurturing in that regard. Okay, and my cardinal placements, they are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Okay, they begin seasons. So, all right, let me tell me more about Twin Flame. Hopeless romantic. Like, you believe in love. Like, if you're a person that believes in love, people love that about you. If you don't think you do, something about your aura gives off that you believe in love and that you're seeking a divine union. You're seeking that special someone in life. You just have that vibe of someone that's seeking that, okay? So tell me what else. We got an Ice Queen. A lot of blue here as well. So purple, blues seem to be a thing. Tell me more. Got you can, okay, all right. If you yeah, more of that romantic, seeking your one true love. People see you as that, and they like that. They like that you have that commitment oriented energy, not just in terms of being a hopeless romantic, but just across your relationships. You're very committed. Again, you heal. You don't allow that to stop you from connecting with others where it doesn't go right. If you work in any health-based field or anything associated with healing, people deeply admire that about you. It adds another layer of attractiveness to you. If you care deeply about your health, if you support other people on their health journey of any kind, physical, mental, emotional health, people like that adds to your allure. Now, also, if you're the type that just genuinely, like I mentioned, taking care of your health, but like if that's a thing, like if it's a big deal to you, like if you like get upset about like health and people not worried about their health, or you're not, people not worried about your health, people admire that you care so deeply about health and wellness, not just for yourself but other people as well. Okay, because it feels like the Ice Queen here feels like very strict energy. Like you're very strict when it comes to health, wellness, your routine, day to day, the work you do. Like, whereas you have this kind of fantasy, rose-colored glasses, sweet, innocent, just rolling with it vibe, you know, have a good time. The things you take seriously, like your structure, your discipline, your health, like very strict energy. It's almost like you become a different person when it comes time to work, do your routine, prioritize your health in a way where it may catch someone off guard if they've only experienced this Nine of Cups version of you. Okay. All right. Tell me more about pile 2. What makes them attractive? What is their seductive energy? Hopeless romantic. Everything about your energy is a hopeless romantic, especially if that's truly like your essence at a deep level. So much so that people may fall in love with you at first sight as a result of that energy that you carry with you, right? Like the magnetic souls, like the twin flame, like more forgiveness and healing based energy. Something about your whole energy. So your seductive energy, hopeless romantic, the healer, the magnetic twin flame aura. That's what you have. Okay. Everyone wants to connect deeper with you. Everyone wants a deeper intimacy with you. It doesn't have to be sensual, even though it is. When we talk about romance, people just want to connect with you beyond just acquaintance level. People want to be close to you. Okay. It's because of your authenticity. Okay. So tell me more. It's very loud, the aura you have. It's loud, it's magnetic, it's healing. Okay. Tell me. It's almost like people cross paths with you and it's like, I didn't know people were really like that in real life. Or I didn't know how many people do you think there still are in the world that believe in love, that believe in miracles, that, you know what I mean? Like things like that. So what advice do I have for my pile number 2? Willpower. That's that cardinal energy. You keep like putting your energy into who you are. Keep expressing yourself as authentically as you have been, because that's going to be critical to your destiny. Like all of this energy surrounding what makes you attractive and your seductive energy, that magnet that is you, it's going to take you where you're supposed to go and to who you're supposed to be in this life. All right. So I'm going to close you out and move along to pile number 3. All right, pile number 3. Let's take a look at what makes you attractive and your seductive energy. So let's take a look at what people are saying, like what's your reputation and things like that. And you know, I have not today used the words what people are saying in describing this reading. So whatever it is that makes you attractive and that has you in that aura of seduction, people talk about it. People very openly express that. Like, you're the type of person people will be like, look at pile 3, so seductive, so attractive. Like they would say it to other people. They may even say it to you where they're not intimidated. We've got the new moon in Aquarius, which bring love into the situation. People definitely, if this is your experience, let me know. Feels like a group where people tell you you're attractive straight up. They're like, no, let me make sure pile 3 knows how good they look all the time, especially today. If it's an environment you step into for the first time, like you will get lots of compliments. Like people feel a strong need to share love with you. Like you're probably the type of person where people just kind of give you gifts. They give you free stuff because they're like, nope, I need pile 3 to know they are seductive, they are attractive. Gotta show love, gotta share love. Okay, love it for you. So what's at the bottom? Your dreams and a practical plan, which jumped out when I was cleansing your deck. So something up, like I mentioned, like you're like a dream in 3D. Gotta show your love, gotta share love to pile 3 because you're like a dream in 3D. Okay, almost feels like a person where people can't quite believe you're real. Okay. And when I first got this card, it felt like the aura of a manifester, which makes sense. If people telling you like, it feels like someone with a heightened aura of attraction, like someone that possibly manifested this type of attention or energy, because dreams to reality is kind of how people see you. And it appears to be your aura. So it's like you're literally just attracting that type of attention where people tell you how attractive you are. give you things, praise you, and things like that. So I don't know that that's come out in one of these before. It's interesting. So tell me more about pile 3. What makes them attractive besides the fact that they're actually manifesting attraction on some level for some of them here? What is their seductive energy? Tell me. My pile 3. Isolation. All right. 3 of Swords. Quickly traveling. Okay. And then possibilities. Nothing stable at all about this energy, by the way. We've got the Page of Cups, which is understanding. You just have this very flowy aura in that it feels like it shouldn't be real, but it is. Okay. You're the type of person people do not want to see sad. If you've been sad, people quickly go out of their way to make sure that you aren't anymore. Like, it's a very quick thing. It's a planning thing. It's a lot of effort. Like, something about your aura, you're attracting a lot of attention and a lot of effort from people. It's not love specific. It's collective community specific. Okay? So, what is that? Tell me more about if you move fast, talk fast, if you're very quick-witted, if there's anything, task you can complete faster than other people's combination, right? Really fast messages. And this is planning things that may take time to plan, but you can do it very quickly. People admire that. And obviously that is an extension of being quick-witted. So, yeah, wow. So much going on. I'm not taking any of those. Very good at cleaning up messes, apparently. All right. Tell me, pile 3, what makes you attractive? What is your seductive energy? Quick-witted. Look at you. So I've got house 3, which is the house of communication and intellect. And I've got air, okay, which rules intellect and communication just as an element. And my air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And Gemini rules this 3rd house. So quick-witted. You probably have a seductive voice. People probably hang on to every word you say. Whether it's the way you sound, the things you say, the way you express any creative endeavors. Heavy, heavy energy of the twins. If you're a twin, you're in your right place, right space. But there's an emphasis on I'm not familiar with all the generations, but I'm being called to mention, and off the top of my head, I don't know if I sound crazy, but Pluto and Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn is a thing. All right. Now, catalyst vibes. Pluto, complete transition, complete transformation, death and rebirth of a planet, right? Cardinal energy gets things going. So you're the type where there was another pile that had a catalyst energy. You have that same vibe because you process things very, very quickly. You move much faster than the average person in some area of life. And in you doing that, this combination feels like a problem solver because you have a certain level of understanding and a certain skill of creativity that most people don't. Hence, dreams to reality and that master manifestor energy that hit the table. So we got sextile, which says a combination of tension and flow, potential and a rewarding situation. You always see the possibilities. And whichever one seems to be most favorable, you're likely to make it happen. You give it your all, right? So, what else do we have about this person's aura? What makes my pile 3 attractive? What is their seductive energy? Your expression, the way you communicate, right? Some of you, it's not just that you're attracting in a woo-woo sense, like elevating your aura to where people just naturally communicate with you and tell you how great you are and give you things. Some of you, that's an extension of the energy you have yourself, right? When we have that way you express yourself. But when we say seductive energy, this might be the one pile where people are the most turned on by you. Spark. Match. Lit. Okay? You're a very exciting person. Actually, emphasis on that Eight of Wands. It's a very fast-paced, exciting message, right? Like, people get so excited about you in a way that may throw them off, make them uncomfortable, or make people act crazy, right? Like, sometimes people may get so excited about you that like other people may be like, you know, you might want to calm down and stop being weird. You know what I mean? Like, when we're talking about certain energy, that's what I've gotten here, okay? But very, very attracted to you. This is my pile that looks really good in the color red. Red, it looks good on you. Yep. And so many possibilities for love. Like, people always want to tell you you look good. People always shoot their shot. People always overextend. People are willing to do things for you that they're not willing to do for other people. Like, some of you are actively attracting that in a woo-woo sense. Others of you, that's just, you're that magnetic, okay? Like, people just give you things and want to shoot their shot and just want to be close to you for no reason, just because you're you. I love it. Love it. Love it. And when I say that, I want to emphasize there's a heavy seductive romance vibe here too. But you will get that from people that will not be sensually attracted to you as well. Like, they're not sensually attracted to you at all, but they still tell you how good you look, still tell you how great you are, still want to give you things. Like, that's just the energy of you, even where you know it's no way up this person, these people are attracted to you like that. I'm going to split this and take it because I thought I had a card that flipped, but whatever. It's gone, but same vibe, because we've got tradition and community. And it's a lot of people that are attracted to you. It's a lot of people that want to be close to you, that talk about you and things like that. This is the loudest pile, tradition and community, right? Like, that's the thing. So let me go here. You're actually the type of person that people are like, I would definitely have a family with pile 3. Okay. What else makes them attractive? And what is the seductive energy for my pile number 3, please? Heightened aura. Look at you. Watch out. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's your aura might be a little too, it's like a siren. I'll call you the siren pile, and I'm not going to pull any more cards because, I mean, I got the point. We all balanced today, y'all, with these piles, so I just forgive me. I don't know what I was doing when I set this up. But heightened aura, I mentioned really, really loud. A lot of people wanting to have a family with you, wanting to have a child with you, because watch out says this is a warning message. Be aware of gossip, envy, and jealousy. Someone or something is trying to stand in the way of this connection. And I'll just let y'all know, nothing wrong with those of you that are woo-woo, but you can max out your aura. Like, you can make it white hot in a way that, like, it becomes something else, right? So just be mindful of that, because you start attracting like that obsessive energy if you overdo it, I guess. That's what I'm channeling for some of you specifically. So just watch it if you're being woo-woo in that regard. I'm so sorry for those of you that just can't help it, because it's the type of aura. You may have heavy Pluto placements, actually. Like, you may be Pluto dominant. You may have some chaotic aspects to your Pluto in your chart. I'm realizing you may be Scorpio dominant, Aquarius dominant, even Taurus dominant, because what happens is when you have this in your chart aspected a certain way or just prominent, it attracts obsession, possibly stalking, things like that, with more than one person. When we talk about groups and lots of people, because it could be more people. Like, some of you probably have like outlandish stories about like random stalkers, right? Like some of you are like, yeah, I had a stalker every other year, or things like that, whereas most people have never had one of those. That's just the aura that you have. If you're woo-woo and you hate it, just shield. It's fine. You can learn shielding, things like that. But gossip, envy, jealousy, it's a loud aura. Attracts a lot of attention. And the only thing about having an aura that's so bright where people have to just walk up to you as a stranger and say, you look so beautiful, you look so good, or here, let me buy your lunch. You don't know this person. The opposite is true as well, right? You'll have people that have extreme reactions on the opposite side that'll fixate in ways that maybe they shouldn't, that whether it's because they're attracted to you in an unhealthy way or because they despise you and the light that shines from you, right? I say that because I mentioned you being a siren with this sweet song. We had all of those communication factors, like the voice of a siren, like your aura is like the siren's song. Okay, so I'm just get you some. I'm just gonna get your advice. You take away people's ability to form words, because I don't know what I was doing just now. I feel like I'm losing my ability to kind of speak cohesively. You may take people's breath away, words away. Yeah, that's not like me. But like I felt like as I was getting ready to close your pile, it was like, well, I don't even have the words. I can't even put real words together. You know? That's what you do to people. Okay. So let me get your advice and close you out. What advice do we have for my pile number 3? My pumpkin spice latte. You're stronger than you think. Or you are as strong as you know you can be, right? Be resilient, because the brightest light casts the darkest shadows. It just is what it is. When we have this isolation, feels like a person that has issues having authentic relationships, authentic friends, because people can't see beyond that siren thing that you have. That's the isolation. That's the pain of struggling through genuine connection. Like, feels like a lot of people are around you, a lot of people like you, but do they really? Kind of an energy. Because I mean, like when we talk about from a mythological perspective, the siren song lures all people. So how does the siren know when people actually likes the siren as a siren versus the song, right? The sweet song. So just be resilient. You're fine. And keep your willpower. There was a different pile that had that message as well. Your willpower, your resilience is going to help you find your right place, right space if you struggle with isolation, right? Because the resilience and the willpower is an extension of authenticity. So keep being your authentic self beyond just any glamour, heightened aura, whatever it is you do on a woo-woo sense. And when you're not like that, beyond whatever air of mystery, right, you have, the way you work a room, the way you always know the right things to say, if that's you, make sure that in that you don't lose your authenticity. That's going to connect you to those genuine connections. It feels like this pile was really hoping I would mention. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close you out, move along to pile number 4. All right, pile 4, let's see what makes you attractive and your seductive energy. Already just super loud. You might be loud, or people are always loud around you. And that makes sense based on what I'm about to say. You're the hilarious group. Like, you are funny, you are comical, even when you are not trying to be. And it's something about the type of humor. Like, because I was already channeling it before I got the answers you need are coming at the bottom, right? But the Gemini Sagittarius axis, very smart, very witty, very expansive, but like while it's loud and expansive, there's an attention to detail there. So your responses to people is hilarious, right? Like you'll say something so funny, but you're dead serious. And that's part of the humor, is that it shouldn't be funny, but it is, because 1, your delivery, but 2, it usually comes from somebody saying something possibly silly to you. So silly to you or possibly offensive. Like if someone says something offensive to you, I did a reading, and I don't know that it's not a public reading, but like there was a reference to somebody thinking, someone mistaking someone's energy towards them, like someone thinking that someone's being nice to them because they're attracted to them. And it feels like you're the group where if someone's like, yeah, Power 4, I know you're very attracted to me, blah, 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 you'd be like, joke's on you, I'm friendly to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you thought you were special, but that's just how I handle myself. You know, things like that. Like, that's kind of the delivery and the comeback and the speed of it and the way you just kind of flip it. And like there's a certain self-depreciating tone that's not like, you won't down yourself, but like if someone tries to make you look silly, you'll say, ha, you know, if you think I'm silly, let me show you how silly I actually am, because I am not right, but let me show you how much more not right you are than me as a result of what we're talking about. And that's the gag. So bringing love into the situation. If you came from that other pile where that was a thing, you're in your right place, right space. But I want to see if we can get a fresh thing. But it still applies to this pile because everybody likes you. Everybody laughs at you. Even the people that only like see you in passing, that only know you in passing. So like, let's say you're in a work setting and I don't know, maybe it's like cubicle layouts, or you're in a classroom. Like the people that only kind of like, people will go to class, or people that have cubicles near you, they're like, I can't wait to see what Power 4 is gonna say because they crazy. Like it's always like, I don't know them that well, but I love that they put me close enough to where I can hear what's going on with them, because the things they say, it's crazy, it's bold. It's crazy and it's bold, right? So be bold and make the first move is here. So you may have cardinal placements which begin seasons. So that's going to be Aries, that's going to be Cancer, that's going to be Libra and Capricorn. Okay, could be those placements. Some of you I'm hearing get your moon placement actually. But be bold and make the first move feels like risk taker energy. So you have that aura, you have that energy. If people are scared to say or do something, they're like, you know what, if I mention it to Power 4, I know they'll try it first, or I know they'll go say something, or I know they'll confront this person. That's the thing that people like about you. You're very, very confident in a very loud, not humble at all way. Good for you. I think it's funny that this loud energy hit the table. You're not humble at all. That's compliment, and I mean that in a complimentary way. Like nobody's gonna tell you who you are, what you can do, what you can or can't say. Like you're very bold, and you will make the first move where it's a thing. And it's, if it hasn't already, it's gonna lead to success. I'm here to tell you that, because this is what people like about you. It's so seductive. I mentioned, like, if it's classroom, work, whatever setting, people can't wait to go, even if they don't talk to you, interact with you, because they can't wait to sit and listen to whatever you're going to say, see whatever it is you're going to do, because you're that, like, you make people, like, you give people life in the day, you know? So, tell me more. Yes, participation. It's a thing. Okay. You make people feel included even in environments where they should be left out, right? Yeah, celebration. This is the friend, celebratory energy. Like even when people feel like other people are being like distant or excluding them, you're very receptive to people and you'll make sure everyone feels included. That's why you can work like environments that way. Like I mentioned, it's mostly the people that don't know you at all that admire you from afar, because they're like, I just love how I can get a good laugh from pile 4. Okay. So what else do we got? If you're the type that if you're very, I don't know how to say this without it sounding like I'm saying it in a negative way, because I'm not. If you dress, if you find comfort in simplicity, there we go. If you dress very nice, but it's very simple, very plain, it's not like flashy, even if you like have a good job, you own a business, you do really well, you have the resources to dress really nice, and you just simply don't, people like that, because there's people that find it attractive that you don't flash how well you're doing, right? And that could be in a literal material sense, or it could just be like just energy, right? It's like, you know, man, Power 4 is really smart, but they don't walk around like they're better than people, right? And it's crazy because you're not humble at all. You're very arrogant. Your humor is mean, okay? But there's something about it, is it's mean, but it's not like targeted. It's like, you know what, the example I use is perfect. It's like, hi, you thought you were special. This is just how I handle myself. Like everybody gets this. I'm giving this to everybody, you know? So it's funny. It's a very distinct personality on my table. So tell me, like, somebody may even, like, okay, I'll bring up a slight shadow. People may think you're mean, and then it hits them. Oh no, that's just how they treat everybody. Y'all better calm down a little bit. You say something crazy to me, I'll be like, you meet me in real life, I'm your match, okay? Don't do that. Okay. I really like this group, though. It's funny. House 6, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, practical details. I think you came from humble beginnings, okay? Like, if you're doing well now, that's not your upbringing. If you're not doing well now, I'm predicting you will be. Hard work, patience, slow grind get you there. And this personality actually is in support of how you get there as well, right? Just take the edge off the mean. But I said it because Saturn in the 6th feels like someone that works really hard day to day. Okay? So this is a group where people just really admire your work ethic. And I mentioned, like, Pile 4 has a lot to offer. They have a lot available to them, but they're not really materialistic. I know that's the opposite of what the miser means, right? The miser hoards stuff, okay? But that's an extension of the lighter expression of it is, you know, you would never know how well Pile 4 is doing because they're very low key about it. They're very arrogant in a lot of other ways, but like, they don't flash anything material. They don't talk down on people that they know they're more intelligent than. It's a way you carry yourself, okay? It's a very specific personality and a very specific way that you carry yourself hitting this table. All right, let me see. Tell me more about Pile 4. What makes you attractive? What is your seductive energy? Beyond that mean, aggressive sense of humor. Because how are you down to earth while also thinking you're better than people? It's hilarious to me. All right. Tell me more about my Pile 4, please. What makes them attractive? What is their seductive energy? Let's get some more details. Okay. Take this one. Androgyny, ambiguous sexual identity, gender expression, and style. I've got powerful man. Okay. And I've got I do everything. All right. What's this at the bottom? You seem like you always have everything under control. You're very adaptive. Okay? And here's the funny part that's coming out. Like, you're very adaptive. You're very good at controlling situations and people. And I don't know if you caught on, but we've been talking about that whole reading. Because what do you mean the random people? Like, if you're in a room, a building of 200 people, you're close with, what, 10? You actually know 30. But those last however many, 100 and something, still wait for you to come to work or class or whatever because they love that vibe. They love that energy. They want to laugh, right? They want to experience you. Okay. But this feels like someone that looks good in a lot of different styles. So I reference maybe your default setting is that you don't, like, you're not doing all that. You don't have time. It's not your thing. But you look good in a lot of different looks, a lot of different styles, whether we're talking about business, whether we're talking about formal wear, whether we're talking about like athleisure, like any of the stylings, right? You look good in. And something about the way you put something on that is very much aligned with a very distinct personality or style, it almost shifts your energy. Like, people may see you as a different person, right? I mentioned the default setting. That's how people are used to seeing you. But like, let's say you put on like a suit. People now start seeing you a little more business-like, professional, serious. If you're in more like gym clothes, people see you as a little more athletic. If you start wearing like something that's like high fashion, people are like, oh, okay, this person's really creative, right? They must be creative, right? An artist, things like that. That's how you come across to people. And that ambiguity is very attractive, that you're able to adapt and assimilate like that. You're able to touch a lot of different types of people in that way. All right. Tell me more. Pile 4. What makes you attractive? What is your seductive energy? And then we will get your advice after these couple of cards we get. Like, people literally celebrate when they know you're coming around. Devotion. People do see you. I mentioned you always have things under control. You work very hard. People see you as a very devoted person. Like, people find it very attractive how consistent, how devoted, how disciplined you are in general, especially when we talk about building a future. Like, you're very devoted to your future. That is something that people see, okay? It inspires others to do the same. And that's probably why I mentioned work and school. People get excited that they know they're going to see you at work, school, because you inspire them. Like, your devotion, your hard work, the way you have everything under control as you build your future inspires them. They're like, well, look, even though Power 4 is better than me, they don't act like they're better than me. I can build me a future too. Okay. I think it's funny. And that familiarity, people see themselves in you. They like, especially when we talk about the humble beginnings. I mentioned, like, some of you have humble beginnings, humble roots, and like you're seeing some certain success or are pending a certain success. People are like, man, Power 4's past life is my past life. And if I devote myself and work hard, I can be like that too. Minus the attitude. Because if y'all have too much attitude, just ease up a little bit. I love the jokes though. I like to laugh. So let me get your advice and close you out. All right, Power 4. Destiny. There's a lot of D's here. I mean, there's only 2, but they were loud just now. So listen, devotion towards building your future, that's you. Chase your destiny, right? This influence you have on the people in your immediate surroundings, that's part of your destiny. Like, you're meant to touch the people around you. Like, think of if you work on a small team, you know, you inspire these people, you get to keep these people going. Like, these are people that may have quit or, you know, stop doing the career path because they hate it day to day, or it's boring day to day, it's quiet day to day. But because you're in the environment, you inspire these people and you keep them going on their destiny. So that's part of yours, right? You got a lot of past life ties here in the 3D. And you're meant to connect with these people as you go forward. That's why if it feels like you may have periods of life where you're slowed down, it's to slow you down with some of these people. I mentioned people, you seem to have an aura of someone that's meant to, at least for certain periods of your life, connect with people that you are absolutely better than. I hate using those labels, but because you're there to inspire them, you're there to teach them to be a little bit more, right? I hope that makes sense and is not as offensive as it felt, but it's like, you know, you are what these people are hoping to be. Even if you're on the journey with them, you're already a version of yourself that they kind of need to step it up a little bit to be. Like, that's part of your past life karma. Okay. But anyway, you overcome fear towards your destiny. That is your advice. Is you head on, you keep trucking along, you keep being you keep grinding and all of the things. And I'm going to close you out. So thank you so much for supporting the channel.